Okay, welcome to part 2 of 7.3 notes. So sometimes we are told the two quadrilaterals are similar. Okay, so that means that their angles are congruent, their matching angles are congruent, and they indeed are proportional. And what they're going to ask us to do now is find the missing side. So in this case here, we're going to actually, I'm going to go off my comfort zone. We're going to say that this is the original and this one here is the reduction, because that's the piece we're looking for. It says find the length of JM. So I'm just going to put an X there because we don't know that, right? So I'm going to show you two different ways to do this. You can set it up like a proportion, okay, and cross multiply. And since we've already done the equations unit, this might be a comfortable way for you to do this, okay? So this is the original, and then as a reduction, this would be the scale. So I could set it up like this. When I'm looking at 20 centimeters, you pick the matching set first. You go scale over original. Okay, 8 is the same or matching to 20. When, and then we go here to look for JM. We don't know, so you put an X there, and that corresponds with 16. And you'd simply cross multiply, and you'd get 20X is equal to, I want to say it's 148, but we're just going to quickly check that. 128, I would have been off. Okay, and then we remember from our equations unit that we divide both sides by 20, and when you do that, you get X is equal to 6 4/10. So corresponding sides, when this is 8 and this is 20, this is 6 4/10. Now there is another way to do that. You can take your corresponding sides and you can figure out the scale factor. So scale over original. Remember, that's how we find scale factor. Scale over original. So that would be 8 divided by 20, and you're going to get 4/10. And now we know the scale factor. So we can go back here to the side that we know, and we can take 4/10 and multiply that by 16, and we get 6 4/10. So we get the same answer. It's just a different way to approach that question. Now, I usually go with this because this is in my wheelhouse, and that's something that I'm really comfortable with. But you guys just finished 2 sections of scale factor, so this might be more in your wheelhouse. Now, you know you've done it wrong, okay? If this number that you get over here is bigger than 16, because this is obviously a reduction. So usually what we do is we label the polygon that we have all the information for as the original. So we're going to do one more together. Okay, so now here it says these two polygons are similar. Find the length of JK. And in this situation, we are not JKing. We are going to find it. Okay, so we're going to put our X here. That's our unknown. But you can see here that we have both measurements. So I'm going to call this my original. And this now is going to be and the word I was looking for was enlargement. Okay, so 2 ways to do this. Okay, I can first of all check the corresponding sides that I have both for. Okay, so I'm going to set it up. Scale over original, so I'm going to put 3 6/10 over, and I have 2 4/10 is the same as, and again I put scale on top, so my enlargement on top. I don't know, because I don't know this one, over 1 8/10, and I'm going to cross multiply, and you're going to get 2 4/10 X is equal to, you can see I'm doing this live, 6 48/100. How do I get X by itself? I divide both sides by 2 4/10. And you're going to get this. This is 2 7/10 of a centimeter, which makes sense because it's bigger than the smaller one. Okay, the other way we could do this is we could have found scale factor. I'm kind of running out of room here, so I think I'll go back up here. How do we find scale factor? We find scale over original. Okay, so the original is this one here, and the enlargement is this one. So we're going to go 3 6/10 divided by, and the corresponding side was 2 4/10. And when we do that, it should be greater than 1, right? Because it's an enlargement. And we get indeed that our scale factor is 1 5/10. So now what are we going to do? We're going to take this measurement and we're going to multiply it by the scale factor. And lo and behold, we get exactly the same answer, 2 7/10 of a centimeter. Okay, I don't care. I'm not going to judge which way you want to do it. Okay, there's always more than one way sometimes to approach a question, whichever one makes the most sense for you. Okay, so that's part 2.